It's a little rainy this morning here in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, but we're back in Gatlinburg. Gonna be doing a few things on the strip today. Hi everybody and welcome to the world of Micah. Today we're gonna be having some fun here in Gatlinburg and seeing other tourist destinations. You're gonna get to tag along. Now, let's take a closer look. And I wanted to show this yesterday, this old cabin right when you get into Gatlinburg here. This was the first house built in what is now Gatlinburg around 1802. William Ogle called this the land of paradise. And this cabin's been here since then, and it was listed on the National Register of Historical Sites in 1986. Could you imagine 1800s riding a horse down these mountains and just building a cabin right here? Or time travel, go to the year 2022, come and find your house if you were William and see if they built a parking garage right in front of your house. It's a little drizzle happening right now with the rain, but honestly, I don't care. It feels good out here. I'm not gonna let the rain ruin my day. Never thought I'd see a ziplining bear. Gonna check out the village here. It's a shopping experience. Oh look, got some locals. And this line is for the pancake pantry. Pancakes are a big deal here. Yeah, Christmas is in full swing here in the Smokies. It's awesome. Look at this guy looking like Friar Tuck, the donut fryer. These are all like wooden cutout signs too. It's really cool back here. It's almost like a little fantasy land in a way. And these giant like jingle bells. The barrel snowman here. Look at that, the Ripley's Moving Theater. Big dinosaur and the Ripley's Haunted Adventure. But we're gonna go into the Hollywood Star Cars Museum. All right, look at this. 66 Batman right there, man. That's it. 66 Batmobile, the Bat Scanner Receiver. We're in the Bat Cave. This is George Barris made this. George Barris custom. George Barris also made the Munsters coach. And we've got Batman and Robin. Yeah, I had no idea it was based off of the Lincoln Futura, and look, it's signed by George Barris. It's 69 Dodge Charger, otherwise known as the General Lee. This is the second General Lee I've seen in town. And the Flintstones, Universal Studios 1994, the Flint Mobile. I like the tag right here, May of '94. That's what year the film was created. That's pretty cool. Look at that, a Barris custom. George Barris did this too. I did not know that. Pretty neat. Oh my goodness. The 1991 Harley Fat Boy from Judgment Day, Terminator 2. And there he is. Arnie. These are actual movie props right here. Some badges. Look at that, man. Makes me miss Terminator 2 3D. And leading up the stairs, look at that, Christine. Show me. Oh man, this is so cool. Look at that, the Plymouth Fury. It's Arnie's car. Watch out for me, I am pure evil. Look at that. Some stills from the film. Isn't that cool? 58 Plymouth Fury. And this is one of the Drag-u-las. There's Herman. The Munster house and the Drag-u-la. Look inside. Grandpa's, what does that say? Nitrous oxide? That's amazing. Yeah, this is another George Barris custom here. It's the casket, if you remember the episode. And they've got some signatures. Pat Priest, Al Lewis, Butch Patrick, Yvonne, Carlo, and Fred Gwynn, the Munsters. Isn't that cool?
Thrilled and inspired generations of fans, creating more cars for film and television than anyone in America. He has truly earned it.
Yeah, the James Dean Death Car. This isn't it, but this is a creation from George Barris of it. The Willys Jeep from Bumblebee, the Transformers film. James Bond. A lot of James Bond memorabilia in here, and Transformers. Bumblebee. You can see the strip. You got the 77 Pontiac Trans Am here. Belonged to Smokey and the Bandit. Look at that. Love it. Love Smokey and the Bandit. Oh, they got a camera here. Man, this is so cool. Good old Burt Reynolds, Smokey and the Bandit. And there's one of Burt Reynolds' shirts from the film. You got Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider, and the Beverly Hillbillies here. This is a 22 Oldsmobile touring sedan. Another George Barris custom. Had no idea George Barris did this vehicle as well. There's Granny up in the back. And this belongs to probably my favorite TV show of all time, the Andy Griffith Show. This is the 61 Ford Galaxy. Right out front of the Mayberry Courthouse, the sheriff and the justice of the peace. And looking inside, Don Knotts signed right there. Don Knotts and Barney. And there's a picture of Don autographing the glove box right here. And this is also Barney's sidecar right here, where he would go and hang out at Checkpoint Chickie. Isn't that funny? And if you know the episode, Andy takes Opie's wood burning kit and writes this up to make Barney feel like it is a very important motorcycle and needs to be donated to a museum. And look, there's Goober inside the filling station. It feels like I'm stepping back in the Universal history here with the Twister, the Storm Shaper, Joe Storm Shaper, the 82 Jeep pickup. Look at this. In the back is Dorothy 1, just like in the film. And there's some vehicles over here from MASH. Some wax figures as well. And there it is, man. The Ecto-mobile Ghostbusters. How cool is that? Oh man, look at this. It's cool, you can see all up in here. Slimer's in there. The side vehicle, the little side backwards facing chair I should say. Man, that's cool. Let's see what's in the front. Oh, look at that. Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, and Harold Ramis. Their signatures are on the roof here, but they've got it to where it's a reflection so you can see everybody's signature. And it even says Ghostbusters on the front. And this is Paul McCartney's Cadillac here. But I'm looking at this, a DeLorean in front of the clock tower. And there's Doc. Look at Doc. This was not used in any of the films as far as I know. but it's a nice recreation. And here's some props here. Look at these sunglasses. And the recreation hat there. Pizza Hut bag, the dehydrated Pizza Hut. Gray's Sports Almanac. Ooh La La. Bifco. Hoverboard. Also have some NASCARs over here and motorcycles racing over here, and there's a vehicle from Ford versus Ferrari right here. But this is Dolly Parton's 97 Cadillac with one of her outfits inside the car and some shoes and earrings. And there's Dolly in front of the car. Also some more memorabilia here and a guitar. Steel Magnolias signed script. And this is the title of the car. And this car right here, this Ford Thunderbird 55, belonged to Dennis Wilson, signed by a few of the members here. But this was driven by Dennis, the drummer of America's band, the Beach Boys. And this is the 67 Volkswagen Herbie, the Love Bug. And this Buick is custom made by George Barris. This is Bob Hope's 53 Buick. It's pretty neat. What's on the front? Oh wow, yeah, the shape. Look at that, Bob Hope's 53 Buick. And this Lincoln Continental belonged to someone I really care about, Mr. Elvis Presley. This is the temporary tag here. August 14th is when he got it. Look at that. There's the title. There's the VIN and the ID card. A copy of the check for $14,000. And here it is. You got the gates and Elvis up here. But this is neat. Picture of Elvis. And there's the TCB that George Barris did on the car. Hand painted that. It's pretty cool. Some more memorabilia of Elvis, some recreations and things, but nonetheless pretty cool. It's a vehicle you can't see at Graceland anymore. And this belonged to the King of Pop, the 85 Mercedes. Right here, Michael Jackson. And this is the Batmobile from Michael Keaton's Batman. There's some memorabilia over here. Some of the Riddler's mask worn by Jim Carrey. Toothface here. Autograph of Keaton and Jack Nicholson. More autographs. And this was a 1992 Batmobile made for Batman Returns with Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito, which is one of the best. Showing some scenes right here. There it is. In action, that's right. It spun around. I always remembered that. Right down there. Isn't that cool? And then blew that guy. Here's some more props. Some batarangs. Some of this is from Batman Returns, Batman and Robin, Batman Forever. Lots of different bat props here. Oh, look at that. There's a little diamond from Batman and Robin. Belonged to Arnie. Yep, good old Batman Returns, man. What a fantastic Tim Burton movie. And a lot more Fast and the Furious cars here. I'm not a fan of those films. I like the cars, but I'm not a fan of the Fast and the Furious films. Weird, right? On the way out, look at this. Is that a Kit car? Yep. It looks like Kit from Knight Rider. That's awesome. That was fun. This was fun. 40 authentic vehicles from movies and TVs. I had a blast. Look at that. This is golf. 18 holes of miniature golf. Oh wait, he's moving. I saw somebody moving. Come on, you need a little faster. This is the distillery here, making the moonshine, Old Smoky moonshine. They tell you the whole process. And I mentioned this yesterday, the Tennessee song, Rocky Top, was written in room 388 of this hotel room right here, the GATLINBURG Inn. Right inside there. It was written in August of 1967. All right, heading out of GATLINBURG and heading back into Pigeon Forge. Now we're gonna drive up and grab some lunch at a place called the Local Goat. See what kind of food they have here. It seems pretty busy. And then we're gonna be hitting up a museum after this, which I'm excited to see. Trying to work around this weather, but the weather is getting better as the day progresses, so that's always a good sign. All right, we are inside Alcatraz. Alcatraz East, that is. And we are about to start our tour. We've got some punishment in the Dark Ages here. Hand axe and tongs. Look at these head cage here.
Pocketbook or a few shillings. More seconds, the letter T bring the pie.
We have the Salem witch trials here, talking about everything that happened in Salem, Massachusetts. Visited there before and covered a lot of that stuff. We have some pirates here. And now we've moved into the Outlaws of the Wild West. There's the death mask of Pancho Villa. This gentleman right here. And there's a wanted poster right here for Billy the Kid. Like Wyatt Earp and Jesse James would use guns just like that. And then here's a Wyatt Earp stock certificate. Here, doggy. Hey, doggy. Hey, doggy. And see, you can become an outlaw yourself. These floorboards were taken out of Logan County, Kentucky. And this is where Jesse James nearly bled to death. Here's some of the stains on that board right there. And here's a moonshine still right here. Look at this distillery. This is Junior Johnson. He was jailed in 1956 for having a moonshine still, which is funny considering that you can go right down the street now in Tennessee and drink all the moonshine you want. And that is John Dillinger's death mask. And there's his mugshot. And a wood-carved gun there. We got Ma Barker's house right here. That's not too far from where Abby and I live in Orlando. We moved into some gangsters like Al Capone here. New York and Chicago gangsters. And this is from the 1972 film, The Godfather. Right there. There's another revolver from The Godfather. My friend Mike, he loves The Godfather. And now we've entered into the world of murders. There's a signature right here. Jeffrey Dahmer. Look at that. And there's the signature right there. These are also some of his handcuffs here. Charles Manson baseball signed by Manson. This is another Charles Manson signature right there. Now this lady, Judy, she was actually the first woman to ever be executed in Florida with the electric chair. And this is her blanket. You can see her name, last name there, and her inmate number on that as well. Moving into the world of famous and serial killers here. Jeffrey Dahmer, Albert DeSalvo, and Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. And this gentleman, I don't know if anybody knows who this gentleman is. This is John Wayne Gacy. A lot of horror films have been inspired by John Wayne Gacy. This leather jacket was John Wayne Gacy's. And this is his paint set. Guessing he would paint, and I guess he signed it right there, John Gacy. John Wayne Gacy's typewriter here. He would also dress as Pogo the Clown. This is Pogo right here. And these are some of his outfits. This is Pogo. And this is Patches right here. And we have Ted Bundy things here. Dental cast. And another typewriter. These are fingerprints of Charles Tex Watson. Wow. He participated in the Tate LaBianca murders in 1969, which took out Sharon Tate. He was kind of in charge of some of that operation. And here are some glasses that Jeffrey Dahmer wore in prison. I've always wanted to see this. This is the Charles Manson guitar, one of his guitars. If you guys don't know a lot of the backstory on Charles Manson, it's kind of fascinating. I dove deep into that history one time. This guitar was seized when they were at the Barker Ranch on October 12th when Manson was arrested. Now he had become friends with the Beach Boys, Dennis Wilson from the Beach Boys, and Charles actually recorded some music. And this song right here by the Beach Boys, Never Learn Not to Love, Manson actually wrote a good chunk of that song, but he wasn't credited. It's pretty sad. He didn't get the credit or the recognition he thought he deserved. And that's Sharon Tate, right up there. Well, I was booked at Alcatraz East. And look at this, carved from Folsom Prison, and one of Johnny Cash's shirts right here. There's some ties that OJ wore during his trial. Ooh, this one hit home with Casey Anthony. These are belongings of Kaylee Anthony's. Oh wow, this semi-truck with the 7 dwarves belonged to John Wayne Gacy. Oh, he painted that. John Wayne Gacy also painted this straight ahead, the Hollywood Monsters portrait. And these are other things that inmates have made. Look at this. This is what it looked like when Al Capone was in jail. Honestly, there's apartments like this in LA and New York. So he wasn't roughing it. Got some famous vehicles down here. A white Ford Bronco, a 33 John Dillinger's vehicle, Bonnie and Clyde death car, not the original, and a Ted Bundy Volkswagen. This is the real Bronco. This is it right here. The famous chase. Man. There it is. Remember that? If you were alive back then? I remember that. Alright, exiting through to the gift shop. That was a lot. Like, a lot. That took quite some time. Give yourself plenty of time in there. Lots to see and do. Look at this guy, he's trying to escape. And welcome to what they call the island. We're gonna just walk around and see what's going on over here. A lot of shops, interactive places, escape rooms, Paula Deen store, restaurant, and yes, some Christmas decorations. So on the hour and the half hour, they have a little fountain show here. The Island Fountain Show. And they have a carousel here. And a massive Ferris wheel. Getting some Point Orlando vibes out here. Oh yeah, and by the way, we're back over at the Old Mill area here. We ate there last night at the Old Mill restaurant. And there's like a whole little Old Mill shopping area here. Pigeon Forge pottery, knife making, there's an ice cream shop over here. I love these signs because they're like all made out of wood, like real carved wooden signs. You don't see this kind of stuff anymore. Man, look at this, more taffy being made. I literally could watch this happen all day long. Making knives over here. That's so cool. These guys are doing it themselves. And this is the backside now of the island. You can see the sun has set for the day. Walking across this bridge over this little creek. There's something down here I've been wanting to see since I got here. When I was a kid, give you guys a little backstory, I was about 3. My mom, my dad, and I came here. My mom was pregnant with my brother, and we came here on a vacation. And I remember riding this train here at this mini golf, this putt-putt course, and also playing putt-putt here. And some of the buildings and the train are still here after all that time. Nearly 31, 32 years ago. And I want to go see it because tomorrow is my birthday. And this is it, the little Pigeon Express right here. And I specifically remember riding in this vehicle, which is probably the same vehicle, with my mom and then again with my dad. And this track is the same. It just went down and around and back again. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. It's still here after all these years. And this guy was here as well. It was like a little storybook putt-putt area here back in the day. I don't think that exists. But there's a video of my mom and my dad and I might have to find that video. I have it in my possession at the house in Orlando. Humpty Dumpty. He was sitting on a wall, a brick wall though. He wasn't sitting on this swing. All the holes on the miniature golf putt-putt course were themed after old storybook characters. Yep, this was on the course too. I think this was Mother Hubbard's. The shoe, yeah, like something. I can't remember exactly. But I think you hit the ball into the actual shoe there. They've changed some of this stuff. They've modified it. And this pumpkin over here was also, of course, you hit the ball in the pumpkin. I want to say it used to be open on the inside, where they had these little windows. I want to say there was like a door on this other side here. Right here. I think this was added later. And you used to walk into there.
Remain seated until advised to leave your car.
Memories. It's amazing how this stuff sticks in your head. But I think I'm calling it a night. The moon is shining pretty bright here in the Great Smoky Mountains, and I am tired. But we came, we saw, we took care of business here today in Pigeon Forge, outside of Gatlinburg in Tennessee. And tomorrow is another fun-filled day. So I think it's time to say goodbye. If you enjoyed this episode, please click the thumbs up button next time you're here in Pigeon Forge near Gatlinburg. Tell someone World of Micah sent you. See you tomorrow. Stay weird. Goodbye.